Scientific Writing Series 1. Dr. Khurram Shahzad. March 27, 2025. We scientists always strive to publish our research in high-impact journals. However, we often find that after submitting our article to a reputable journal, we receive rejection emails after some time. Naturally, such emails can be frustrating. But as scientists, we do not fear failure. We are trained to face rejection bravely in our careers because that is the only way we can move forward. After thousands of failures, if we come up with one innovative idea, it can help us achieve a strong position in our scientific careers. In today's discussion, we will explore the main reason behind article rejections. Often, it is the introduction section. Editors expect certain elements that, if missing, can lead to rejection. What information does the introduction require from authors? Most journals follow the IMRD structure: introduction, materials and methods, results, and discussion, for publishing submitted articles. Each section has a specific purpose and demands specific information from authors. The introduction section plays a crucial role in determining whether an article is accepted in high-impact journals. To make the introduction effective, it should include 5 key elements. First, it must highlight the novelty of the study by explaining what is already known and what knowledge gaps remain. Second, it should emphasize the significance of the research, demonstrating why study is important and how it contributes to the field. Third, the introduction should briefly describe the treatments or conditions studied. Fourth, it must clearly state the objectives of the research. Finally, a well-defined hypothesis should be presented to guide the study. If an introduction includes these essential components, it is more likely to be considered effective. Otherwise, high-impact journal editors may reject the article due to a lack of clarity or completeness in its introduction. Key considerations before writing the introduction. Before writing the introduction, 2 important aspects must be carefully considered: the treatment plan and the measured parameters. These elements form the foundation of the study and should be clearly defined before drafting the introduction. A common mistake many students make is discussing parameters and treatments in the introduction that are not actually part of their study. This creates a poor impression on journal editors and reviewers, as it raises concerns about the relevance and accuracy of the research. If certain parameters or treatments are not included in the results, there is no reason to introduce them in the introduction. Ensuring consistency between the introduction and the study's actual content enhances the credibility of the research and increases the chances of acceptance in high-impact journals. Repeating keywords in the introduction. Editors take a quick look at your introduction section to find specific key phrases. If they spot such words, they tend to focus on them. Some of these important phrases include: still poorly understood, studies are limited, questions remain, solution is important, a question arises, a related question follows, and this leads to the question. These phrases clearly indicate that you have identified a knowledge gap that your article aims to address, making your research more appealing to editors. However, it is crucial to ensure that these knowledge gaps or questions are genuinely addressed in your study. If you highlight a gap in the introduction but fail to answer it in your results and discussion, it will leave a negative impression on editors and reviewers. Therefore, use these phrases wisely to strengthen your introduction while maintaining consistency throughout your article. Study objectives. The study objective is a crucial part of the introduction section. After introducing your treatments, highlighting the novelty, and explaining the importance of your study, you must clearly present your study objectives. It is essential that your objectives include all your treatments and measured parameters. Consider the following example of a well-structured objective. The specific objective of this 3-year study was to assess how would biochar applied at 0, 6.25, 12.5, 25, and 50 mg Ha1 to sandy, sloping, and semi-arid soils, with and without cover crops, CCS, affects soil health indicators, physical, chemical, and microbial properties, and crop yields in the central U.S. Great Plains. In this objective, the authors clearly include study duration, 3 years, biochar type, and application rates. Wood biochar at 0, 6.25, 12.5, 25, and 50 mg Ha1, type, sandy, sloping, and semi-arid soils, cover crop inclusion, measured parameters, soil health indicators and crop yield. Thus, when framing your objective, ensure that it explicitly presents your treatments and measures parameters in a clear and structured manner. Hypothesis. The last important component of the introduction is the hypothesis. In the hypothesis, you should present a broad idea that aligns with your study objectives. Consider the following example. We hypothesized that biochar combined with CCS would improve soil health indicators and crop yields more than either biochar or CC alone. Here, you can see a clear difference between the objective and the hypothesis. The objective explicitly states all treatments and measured parameters, while the hypothesis presents the main idea comparing the effects of biochar and covering crops alone or in combination on soil health and crop yield. Finally, it is important to ensure that your results and discussion sections address the study objectives and either prove or disprove your hypothesis. Failing to do so may weaken the impact of your research. We summarize here that the introduction section is crucial, as it should clearly present your treatments, study novelty and significance, objectives, and hypothesis. If you properly address all these components in your introduction, the editor will perceive that you have a clear understanding of your study and a strong command of existing knowledge in your field.